Hey, what's good everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic coming at you guys with another episode of the Cincinnati Royals Dynasty here on NBA 2K21. And just in case you guys don't know, we are absolutely freaking terrible. We're 15-47 right now, and just to keep an idea of how bad things absolutely are for us right now, we are still, we're holding on to the #1 pick. We have the worst record in the NBA, which was kind of our goal. I knew we weren't going to do a very good job of competing, so might as well use that as an opportunity to try to compete for a #1 draft pick, as well as find some guys that could be a part of this team for the long term as well. And that's even with Seattle. They've really fallen off as well, and with us starting to get our act together a little bit, we have played better in these last couple of months, but still only 15 wins so far. So that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look at the scouting real quick for us, and we do have a decent amount of custom prospects to look out for, but most notably there are 3 guys that I'm really eyeing in this draft class. We got Ron Valabiti, who is a center, 7'1", 247 pounds. At least that's what he's listed as, with a 7'5" wingspan on top of that. And man, oh man, could this guy look like a generational talent as well, hailing from Ukraine. Dude can do just about everything, but he's not the only guy that could be really good in this draft class as well. Kenneth Hayward looks like a really good two-way free-level scorer for us as well. And then also Gary Jenkins, who's 7'7", 300 pounds, and has an 8-foot wingspan. I have never seen anything like this before, but I might go after Gary Jenkins even if we have the #1 draft pick, just because 7'7", that is a lot of height that could certainly help us out. And of course, this is a custom recruit as well. There are plenty of recruits throughout this draft class. Matter of fact, Roberto Ramirez Jr. is one of those guys. Norris South, Brian Horn, bunch of custom recruit guys in this draft class. And that's why I did auto-generated recruits, so that you guys can have more say in these draft classes, so that this series can be more about you guys than a lot of these other NBA 2K MyLeague series, where it's got the Evan Mobleys, except LeBron James Jr.'s. A lot of people do that, but I want to give you guys the power in this series in terms of draft classes. So that being said, watch out for a template in my community tab over the next couple of days for next season, if you want to be part of next season's draft class. But also, something that I also wanted to point out real quick, this is the sliders that I had. I don't know if I mentioned it. The player regression and regression rate. These are realistic sliders that I found on 2K themselves. What's all this? But yeah, it basically is set up to where, like, the draft classes, they are extremely good, and then there's more realistic sliders to work with, which is good to see. But that being said, we are playing the Atlanta Hawks in this episode as well. One of the best teams in the NBA. They are, they're the best team in their division, and they're also the 3rd best team in the conference, at least representing that Eastern Conference that we're in. And they got a good starting lineup, man. They got Trae Young, and then they also have Jordan Clarkson on top of DeAndre Hunter, who looks like a promising young player. John College and Clint Capella rounding on the backcourt, as well as some very solid players coming off the bench as well. So certainly going to have our hands full, but I believe in our guys. I think we can get it done if we played like we did against the Seattle Sonics. If we can keep that up, we can go ahead and get it done as well. So yeah, man, that being said, if you're excited about today's video, do me a favor and please smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe if you do happen to be brand new, and like what you see as well on the channel. Let's go ahead and get into this game against the Atlantic Hawks, shall we? Alright, so I don't know about you guys, but I am certainly excited to finally get this thing going here, man. As the Atlantic Hawks, they did win the tip-off. Trae Young already going to get the ball in his hands, and I'll tell you what, if we have any chance of winning this game, man, we can absolutely not let Trae Young go off here. It simply cannot happen whatsoever, as we do get the rebound at the very least, so decent start for us. Halliburton going to go ahead and try to take it up, and there we go. We get a foul on Trae Young. If we can get Trae Young into some foul trouble, that will certainly help us out. Dude is easily the best player on the floor right now, so we can't afford letting him get hot whatsoever. It just simply cannot happen. As Halliburton, he made both his free throws, and then a little bit later, Halliburton also taking it to the cup, and so just like that, Halliburton with a nice little lead for us, holding on 4-3. So doing not too shabby runabout now. As we're playing some defense right now. They're moving the ball around. Jordan Clarkson going to try to take it to the cup. Going to try to fade away and somehow gets that to go though. Jordan Clarkson, a very good scorer and also a starter now on this Hawks team, which is a very good team. They're coming in, third or fourth place in the Eastern Conference. As Trae Young able to get a layup, which, hey, I will gladly take a Trae Young layup over a Trae Young three-pointer, but again, we got to make sure, if we want to win this game, and even if they beat us, we don't want it to be because Trae Young is absolutely on fire. As a little bit later, got 13-10 game going on right now. DeAndre Melton, he actually misses the three-point shot. Grady actually going to take it to the cup. John Collins, easy post move, able to get the score on the young guards, who simply did not have a chance to contest that shot. As Atlanta trying to pull away here a little bit, making our guys look silly as well, but somehow misses the bunny. So here comes the Royals. Josh Green cannot get the green bean, but Avery Bradley able to somehow get the offensive rebound here at the exact same time. As DeAndre Hunter going to try to pull for a three-pointer. That's no good. Royals are running once again, trying to cut the lead once more. Collins going to take it to Chunk Diallo, who was cutting towards the hoop, and gets the bucket to fall. It's now only a one-point game right now. We got a steal as well. We could take the lead here, and we will with ease as Chunk Diallo lays it down with some absolute authority. Chunk Diallo, you absolutely love to see that. As now Kevin Huerter going to go ahead and hand it off to Reggie Jackson. He's another guy that's coming off the bench as well. But passes to Kevin Huerter. He misses that three-pointer as Zach Collins going to try to cut to the hoop. Pushes through Kevin Huerter, no problem. And able to get the bucket to fall. As it's still a pretty tight game, man. Only a one-point game at the moment, as we got a ball loose on the ground. Reggie Jackson might be able to get it. Nobody able to get back in time as Reggie Jackson misses a shot though. Tries again. Misses two shots in a row. And what should have been an easy fast break opportunity goes the other way. And we're down one quarter, man. We're still leading this thing. We're giving the Atlantic Hawks everything they can handle in this first quarter. We just got to keep up with that energy, continue to force other players to score. So here we go, absolutely ready to start the second quarter already, as we're moving the ball around a little bit, trying to get somebody open on offense. Avery Bradley, he's got a little bit of a thing to work with, as the free is up and it is good. Avery Bradley, even though he's still past his best days, he can still be a decent 3-and-D guy, and it showed right there. Able to knock down the corner jumper as we extends our lead a little bit as they try to get a shot up. It's no good though. Cincinnati Royals on the run again, getting into Chunk Diallo, who lays it down with a 40. Yes, sir. You'll love to see it. And it's a 5-point game as now they cut it down to 3 points. Trae Young gets a three-pointer to fall. That's something that we really want to try to avoid. Want to keep the ball out of Trae Young's as much as possible as we get a turnover our way. Tied at 30, about to be 30-32 as Grant Williams. He slams it down as well and does so with absolute authority. You love seeing our guys going up. That's one thing that we do have. Our guys are pretty athletic. They can jump pretty high. Speaking of guys that can jump high, John Collins there, ladies and gentlemen, with the alley-oop. And it's the first time that they have the lead, and it could get a little bit worse as DeAndre Hunter has an absolute fast break. Nobody can even try to run back and contest that as Atlanta is starting to get on a little bit of a run here. 14-6 run. Atlanta is getting themselves back with the lead as Jordan Clarkson going to try to pull up from 3. That's no good though, as Tony Bradley going to try to get it up to Dylan Weinward, who for some reason passes it out, but Tony Bradley in the right corner misses a shot though. It's still a good shot, but it turned out a really easy layup for Dylan Weinward. Not sure exactly what he was thinking. And of course, add a little insult to injury, another foul being called. So now Dylan Weinward and company trying to take the lead back. It's still only a 1-point game, as Halliburton going to try to pull up from 3. It's no good though. John Collins with the rebound. Ball back in Trae Young's hands. Somebody got to get to him. Someone's going to try to contest it, and Trae Young able to go coast to coast right there. Oh no. That is not what we want to see. It seems like Trae Young is certainly starting to heat up here in the second quarter, but we're not giving up yet. So we do get an open free opportunity, but Halliburton cannot make it happen. And so Trae Young pulling up again and is able to get it to fall. And so we take a timeout, trying to cool off Trae Young just a little bit. Oh man, but it's not looking too great though. Gotta contain Trae Young. And he's starting to let loose here in the second quarter. And so is the rest of the team as well. Cam Reddish able to get a fast break bucket. Good to go. As it's now a 5-point lead in favor of the Atlantic Hawks. Kevin Huerter looking to move the ball around a little bit here. Actually going on an isolation on Zach Collins. Easily gets to the bucket. And Tony Bradley has to come in and help. But he actually fouls Kevin Huerter, and he's able to make both those free throws. So still a 5-point game, though, to say the least, but Atlanta really starting to find their rhythm here in the second quarter, as Kevin Huerter almost gets that jumper to fall, but it's no good. So 5-point game. Zach Collins about to make it free thanks to the Green Bean Machine. As now Josh Green and company trying to get something going here, but again, another turnover potentially doing us. At least Trae Young is no longer on the floor, but still a lot of good options here for this Atlantic Hawks offense, as Reggie Jackson off the bench going to take it right to the cup as we get to halftime, thankfully, but not looking good. Atlanta starting to open things up here in the first half of play. And so that being said, it's an 8-point margin right now, but we got to cut down the turnovers. We allowed the Atlantic Hawks to have 7 steals in that first half, and if we want to win this game, we just simply cannot be doing that right now, as Tony Bradley, he's going to go ahead and get the jumper to go for us, thankfully, as it still remains a 9-point game. Halliburton going to go ahead and try to pull from the corner free. It's no good, but look at Grant Williams with the heads-up play. Dylan Weinward pulling up from 3, and it's good. And it gets it back down to 6 points, as it's 56-50, as Trae Young looking to cook. He's working on DeAndre Melton, who at least doesn't allow Trae Young to score, but there was an assist, and so back into being a 9-point game, as Dylan Weinward going to try to pull up from 3 again. This time it's no good and was wide, but make it open as well. As now Trae Young certainly cooking, making the 5th overall pick look a little silly, and going to take him to the cup, and it's good. And so now 11-point game. Atlanta really starting to open up this lead here, as Melton can't get that shot to fall as well, which means it's another fast break for Atlanta, pushing it down the floor. Jordan Clarkson taking it to Dylan Weinward. Tyrese Halliburton had to come in and help, but he draws the foul as well. He makes both free throws, as we're just simply collapsing, it seems like, right now in the second quarter. It seems like anything that could go wrong is going wrong, as there's another coast-to-coast opportunity for Jordan Clarkson. That's good. But maybe we can turn it around a little bit here. 12-point game. We got the rebound. Diallo going to pass it out to Grant Williams in the corner, who can actually make that free and takes advantage of the open jumper. So back down to single digits at the very least. But can we build on those possessions, as Grant Williams actually has Trae Young on him, so going to go ahead and post him up, and it's an easy score. You know, when you have Trae Young in the post with a power forward, you got to take advantage of that. As Tony Bradley going to pass it out to Avery Bradley, not related. Had a wide butt open 3, but no good. And DeAndre Hunter turns around and draws a foul on Zach Collins and gets his free throws to go as well. So back up to 9 points, and it could be 11 here, but jumper is again missed as Avery Bradley looking to score on the other end. Gets it to Zach Collins, who draws the foul himself and almost gets that to go as well. DeAndre Hunter is the guy that actually drew the foul there, as Zach Collins makes it a 7-point game and could make it 5 here, but couldn't make the jumper. And surprisingly, Tony Bradley did not go ahead and jump for that rebound, which is a little concerning to say the least, as that three-pointer is good as well the other way, as Cincinnati still keeping it competitive, going back and forth a little bit at the very least, but Atlanta, of course, playing with a lot more focus than they did back in that first quarter, as Grady takes it to the cup, almost gets to the fall, gets his own rebound though. He has that short as well, as Zach Collins brings it up for Tony Bradley, who gets it to Avery, who gets the green bean and gets it to go as well. As we go into the end of the third quarter, it's now only a 6-point game. Don't go anywhere, guys. Can we possibly win in 2 episodes in a row? I would love to see it. We got 1 quarter left. Let's see if we can do it, man. So let's go, man. 4th quarter of play. I am certainly excited for it. Only a 6-point game as well, as Reggie Jackson going to take the first shot of this 4th quarter. Somehow gets the rebound, though, even though we got the block. You hate to see it. And then other way, Grady getting the bucket to go. So that's how the first points of the 4th quarter are actually going to be scored, as Tyrese Hildeburden turns it around, turns over the ball, and it's an easy, fast break and a terrible way to start out this 4th quarter. That's for sure, man. Now it's a 10-point game all of a sudden. Hildeburn going to pass it in to Dylan Weinward, who can't get the layup to go. And so 10-point game. Hildeburn going to get it to John Collins for the easy alley-oop, as Atlanta looking strong to start the 4th quarter. As we're looking to respond here, Halliburton going to pass it to Josh Green, who gets it to Weinward on the inside. Pumps fakes for some reason. Thankfully got bailed out with the foul. Should have went up with it the first time. Would have been so much easier. But at least we got the free throws to go at the very least. And, all that good stuff. But still a double-digit lead that going to get even bigger, as Grady doing the reverse layup against Dylan Weinward. Still have to work on him on the defensive end to make him a more competent NBA player. But, I mean, there's promise in Dylan Weinward. Don't get me wrong, as he gets into Chuck Diallo on the inside, who has Trae Young on him. We get another foul on him, but it's only his 2nd foul. As, what our plan was to try to get Trae Young into foul trouble, but that simply has not happened here, and it certainly shows on the scoreboard, that's for sure. It's an 11-point game. Dylan Weinward going to pull up from 3. Little catch-and-shoot action right there, but that's good, as it's back to a single-digit thing right here. Dylan Weinward got Trae Young on him, going to do a Kobe fadeaway. But even though he yelled Kobe, most likely he did not make the shot, putting some disrespect on Kobe's name. And so now a 9-point game now. Going to go ahead and get Clint Capella, try to get him involved as well. He's more of a rebounding machine for these Atlantic Hawks, but he can't make that bucket fall. Josh Green going to try to make it, but Chunk Diallo, he's going to be able to clean it up at the very least. And now it's back down to a 5-point game here, as it's looking to go either way here, really. Cincinnati putting a lot better effort than I anticipated, as Dylan Weinward going to pull it from 3, but it's no good. Atlanta pushing it the other way. Trae Young going to easily get the floater to go as well. We're now down to less than 2.5 minutes left here, and what do? We're actually going to get it to DeAndre Melton, who's cold as ice, and you just saw it right there. Jordan Clarkson taking it the other way to Grady, who gets a foul called on him as well. And just a very good performance right now for the Atlantic Hawks. A 13-point game. And it looks like Atlanta's going to hold on and win this one as well. Good effort by the Cincinnati Royals, though. We put up a pretty good fight, as Clint Capella just adds on to the lead here as well. Might get the last bucket as well. Although we do get a garbage time score with like 4 seconds left. But Atlanta Hawks, man, they win this thing. They win by 13. You know, we still got some work to do, got some growth to happen as a squad. We're just going to go ahead and check out the final stats for our guys to see how we did in containing Trae Young and all that good stuff. So it was a really good effort out there by our guys, but unfortunately it just simply was not enough. The Hawks ended up losing this thing to the Falcons. Well, I'm thinking, we lost to the Hawks 139 to 124. Let's go ahead and break things down to see what happened in terms of the stats for this game. So Trae Young out there was simply cooking us out there today. Trae Young had 36 points and 6 assists out there on the floor. Doing off 16 for 27 shooting, but at least we held him to 2 for 10 from the 3-point line, but still basically got what he wanted. Jordan Clarkson also had a pretty solid day himself. He had 21 points off of a couple rebounds and assists as well. 7 for 17 from the floor. On a more positive note, though, Dylan Weimerman had himself a day. 33 points, 5 rebounds, and, you know, did it off of 11 for 25 shooting, which not necessarily is great, but it was 6 for 13 from the 3-point line. The man was stroking from deep. Chuck Diallo, our backup center, also had a pretty solid day too. 21 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists. Had himself a very good day. Perfect shooting as well. 8 for 8 out there. It was 5 for 5 from the free throw line as well. Tyrese Hildebrand too, our number 5 overall pick. He had himself a day too. 19 points and 11 assists. Although gotta cut up on those turnovers a little bit. He had 5 turnovers today. And, you know, we simply got to do a lot better than that moving forward. So after the game, we did go ahead and do a little bit of simulating, just trying to get towards the end of the season. We win a game here or there. You know, we even actually, ironically, beat the Hawks the next time that we ended up seeing them, beat the Cavs, and beat the Pistons. But for the most part, just continue to keep taking L's, and we guarantee ourselves a 60-loss season. We're now coming in to our final regular season game, 16, 19, and 62. So not a great year for us whatsoever. Although we are actually no longer guaranteed like the first overall pick. We are actually tied first in terms of lottery odds. We're tied with the Seattle Sonics. You know, they're tied at 1962 as well. We're 1962 as well, so at least we are guaranteed to have the second best lottery odds. But that being said, next episode, what we are going to go ahead and do is going to play this final regular season game going up against the Boston Celtics. You know, they got themselves a good squad. They're, you know, a shoo-in to make the playoffs, going to win their division, 3rd in the conference. They got a great set of guys. Almost all of their guys are in the A's except Daniel Weiss, who, you know, could easily start for our team as well with ease. And, you know, got some good players off the bench as well. Donnie Avdija as well. You know, looks like that man. On top of that, you know, just a very good roster that the Boston Celtics have put together. And, you know, we'll see what we can do, though. Guys are playing for their jobs potentially in the NBA, so we'll see what happens. So, in the meantime, though, if you enjoyed today's video against the Atlantic Hawks, do me a favor and please smash that like button as well as hit subscribe as well, as we'll go through the Celtics game, go through the playoffs and awards as we get ready for our first off-season, full off-season as an actual NBA team. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you all take care out there. Peace out, everybody.